Now, moving on, our next session is a keynote by Mohamed Omer Ali, CEO and founder of EazyBot, who is going to shed some light on the topic achieving financial freedom through technology. The stage is yours, Omar.
Good morning. Sleeping? Okay. Many people aspire to attain financial freedom. Who doesn't want to clear the debt and achieve or be able to afford their lifestyle or the lifestyle of their dream? Anyone? No one. Basically, everyone is looking for that. But unfortunately, the education, or specifically the financial education, is limited. And financial tools that leads to financial freedom are not accessible to everyone. Education is mainly limited to earning an income, which definitely does not lead to financial freedom. My name is Mohamed Omer Ali. I'm the CEO and founder of EazyBot. And hopefully by the end of this presentation, you would be able to find a way through financial freedom wherever you are at the moment. Before we're talking details about the financial freedom, we need to define what do we mean by financial freedom and what are the steps for financial freedom. These are the 7 steps for financial freedom. Any one of you can be in a different position, whether it's a step 1 or a step 7. Let's go through them just in a bit. So the first step is clarity. You need to know where you are financially today. If you know, then you know where to go next. The second step is security, and then it goes to stability, and then it goes to flexibility, and then independence, and then financial freedom, and then abundance wealth. Basically, abundance wealth is when you really don't care about money anymore, and you have whatever is enough for you to do whatever you want at any time you want, and even you have a generational wealth that you can pass on to generations. Robert Kiyosaki said, to obtain financial freedom, you need to own a business or be an investor, or both of them, so that you can have a kind of residual income coming month in and month out. This is simply how we generate wealth. In a very simple term, in a very easy way. I meant to make it this way so that it will be easy for everyone. Definitely we'll go into details about each part of those, but let's look at it this way. The number one thing that you need to do to achieve financial freedom is to be able to invest, regardless of the amount that you can invest. Invest, invest, invest. And to invest, you need a vehicle that helps you to invest and get a kind of consistent income. So the best investment is not the one that gives you high return, but it's very risky. The best kind of investment is the investment that gives you consistent income. Then, the second thing, what you need to do is to have a kind of risk management. And for me, risk management is more of a diversification. Like, don't put all the eggs in one basket. We have been hearing this all the time, but the way we apply it in investment is really to diversify in our investment. Don't put all your investment in one portfolio. Try to find the best, let's say 10 to 20 portfolios and put in your funds there. And this way you diversify and you kind of manage the risk. If one of them fails, still you have another 20 or 10 other ways of income or other portfolios. The last thing, which is the most important, is compounding. Compounding basically means you take your profit or part of your profit, depends on your situation, add that to your capital and reinvest. And this is the most important element of generating wealth. Let's take a small example here. Let's say you're investing and you're getting like a return of, 1%, 2% a month or a year. So you take that 2% or 1%, you add it to the capital, then your next investment is on a bigger amount. And the cycle goes over until you reach to the amount that you actually wanted. Susie Orman, she's a financial advisor. What she said is, if you start investment today and you start investing as low as $100 in S&P or any kind of mutual fund, that generates for you 12% a year. I know 12% might sound a lot, but this is an example. Let's take it as an example. That means it's 1% a month. If you put 100 at the beginning and then you start adding up every month $100, you will achieve 1.1 million in 40 years. But now the question is, who has 40 years to achieve that 1 million? I believe that most of us doesn't have 40 years. So this chart here shows us the 4 most important ingredients of compounding or wealth generation. The first one, starting from the top, is the amount that you can start investing, which is in this example, $100. The second ingredient is how much can you add every month, or how much can you contribute every month. The third element is the return on investment. How much can you get as a return on investment every month or every year? The last thing, which is also as per Susan or Susie, it's the most important ingredient, which is the time. So as per this example, we have $100 to start with, and then another $100 every month, and 12% a year is our return, which is basically 1% a month, and 40 years. That makes us 1.1 million. What happens if we don't have 40 years, we just have 30 years? That means we started 10 years later. The amount goes down by 700,000. This is the effect of compounding. The sooner you start, the higher amount that you can make at the end of the period. So here, it's the same ingredients, $100, every month $100, 12%, but we reduce the time from 40 years to 30 years. It's just 10 years, but the effect of that is as high as 700,000. So instead of making 1 million, 1.1 million, you're actually only making 350,000 in 30 years. Now, looking at those ingredients, what can we affect here? What can we change so that we can change the scenarios? I know that somebody might say, we don't have even 30 years. We don't want to wait 30 years to create a wealth, right? So what can we do here? Let's look at this example here. What if we are able to have an investment vehicle or an investment place where we can get a return on investment of 48% a year instead of 12%? What happens? So the same kind of example, starting with $100, adding up $100 every month, but the return on investment have increased from 12% to 48%, and the number of years we have reduced them to 15 years. What's our end result? Is 3 million. So we have reduced the time to less than a half. It was 40 years at the beginning. We made it 15 years. And we used another vehicle to invest. Instead of having a vehicle to invest and get only 12% a year, now we're having 48% a year. Let's play a little bit with the ingredients. Now, instead of starting with $100, we're starting with $2,500. And instead of adding $100 every month, we're adding $250. I believe this is achievable for most of the people here. So what happens with the same time period of 15 years, instead of making just 3 million, we're making as high as 10.1 million. So it all depends on all these ingredients. What are our inputs into the ingredients, and that will give us the final result. Now the question is, what kind of vehicle or what kind of investment that can generate 48% a year? A consistent income that comes year after year, and even actually every month. When we say 48% a year, that means around 4% a month. One of the most, or the common ways of investment at this age is trading, online trading. Now the trading is available for everyone to come online, make an account, and start trading. But there are many risks around the trading. Is there anyone here who tried trading before? Anyone? Great. So many people here have tried trading. So where are you now? What kind of wealth have you generated so far? What kind of return on investment are you making? Anyone can talk and tell us a little bit about experience? Yes, please. mic, please.
Can you hear me? I can talk.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah. So of course, when I saw a few years ago about the trading, coins, etc., it was very interesting for me. Also, by the way, I'm the information security engineer. My income's better than the average. So I think that why not? Let's do this and let's try it. And I started it a lot of the nights I used for the learning these systems, how to do this, how to start this trading, etc. And 3,000 USD I used for this. But at the end, of course, I lost 80% of this, all my investment. And I understand that this is the new way, and this is the science where I cannot do the same time with my current job. If I want to learn and earn from this system, I need to learn it as well as, and I understand that this was for me lesson that I cannot do the same time two works together, information security and the investment playing with in the trading, and that's why I stopped it. If I will back to this, I got the opportunities in the trading, but with my current job, I will not do it anymore. If I will back, I will do only this trading part.
Yeah, thank you very much. So what we can hear here is that he tried to do trading, but he didn't have the knowledge, right? He didn't have the experience. He didn't have the time to do it. So as per the, yeah, thank you very much. So as per the trading view, they have made a survey, and those are the 10 reasons why traders fail. Lack of knowledge, poor risk management, emotional decisions. This is very, very, very important thing, that when you are trading your own money and you are in front of the screen and then you see somehow the portfolio is going down for any reason, even though it's a normal movement of the market, you tend to switch off because you don't want to lose your money, and you end up losing some of your money. Lack of discipline, and then you have no maximizing wins, sorry. Lack of trading plan, no cutting loss quickly, not adapting, over trading, and there are actually many, many reasons around this. And talking about those specific reasons, I would like to welcome you to EazyBot. That's where my company comes into play. That's where EazyBot comes into play. EazyBot is simply trading software that does trading on behalf of the user. It can trade in two ways. The first way is you use the built-in strategy, the default strategy, which we call it EazyBot strategy. The EazyBot strategy, I've designed it myself. Let me ask a question here just before getting depth into this. What's the worst thing that can happen when you start trading? I can tell you. The worst thing that can happen is once you start trading, the market goes against you. It goes down, basically. So looking at this, what's the worst case scenario that can happen? The worst case scenario is that you start trading now, and then the market goes down maybe 50%, and stays at 50% forever. So it's a no recovery scenario. You cannot recover from your investment, or you cannot recover the losses that you have made because the market is down and it stayed down forever. So when I started designing this strategy, I looked at the worst case scenario that can happen, that if the market goes down and stays down forever, what happens with my trading? So the strategy that I've created is, if you start here, then the market goes down here and stays here forever, what the software is going to do is close the trades that was open at the top of the market, at the bottom of the market, and still make profit. No magic. It's just numbers, equations. By the way, I'm an engineering profession, electrical and electronics engineer, so the numbers are basically my passion. So and we have already applied it into the market, and we have seen real result of that. That you start on the top of the market, The market goes down, it stays down for so long time, still you're closing the trades with profit and get out of the market with profit even though the market never recovers again. Let's get into it. So, EazyBot basically, remember what we have said at the beginning about the trading and about investment. So, and his problem was the time. He didn't have time, right? He didn't have time to sit in front of the screen and do all of the tradings and leave his job. So this is auto trading software. It does auto trading. It has two options, whether you use the default strategy, which is the strategy that I've created last year, or you can put your own strategy. If you're a professional trader, you know what you're doing, but you don't have time, you can program the bot with your own trading strategy and it does the trading for you. It's also as easy as 1, 2, 3. Plug and play. Yes, you need to keep on monitoring, seeing it, but it looks at the market 24/7 and trades for you. And the strategy that I've created is built in for profitable trades only. I know it sounds crazy, but it's a fact. It's been designed not to close any trade with loss. It has to close it with profit. Sometimes take a little bit longer, but eventually it's going to be closing all the trades with profit. Remember about the compounding. Einstein said about compounding, it's the 8th wonder of the world, the compounding. And remember, this is the last layer of creating wealth, is you need to invest, diversify, and then compound. So the software does auto compounding for you. So the example that we have checked at the beginning, the compounding is happening every month. But here, it compounds every trade. So it closes the trade, make a couple of dollars in profit, add that immediately to the capital, the next trade is bigger. And then you're creating more profit. This is a real life example of an account that we have been tracking since 19th of May. And if anyone knows about the market, this market specifically, the market was only going down from that time. Only going down. And this is the kind of profit that we've created. Look at this chart. Now, if you see here, this line, the black line, is the market movement, the portfolio movement. This is the average portfolio movement. So since the beginning, the market was only moving down. The blue line is the profits that EazyBot have generated for that portfolio. That same portfolio that started at that time, the market is down by 44%, but still it generates a profit of about 25%. How many days? We're talking here about 209 days. You make the math. 209 days, 25% profit. So we are back to the initial discussion that we had at the beginning, around 4% a month, which end up to be 48% a year. So this is the vehicle that you can use to compound, to invest in a safe way. And remember also what I told you at the beginning, diversification. Diversification is really a key here. If you see here, the funds were not in one portfolio. There are 19 portfolios here. There are more at the moment that you can trade with, but we have chosen those 19 portfolios. If you look at from the top to bottom, the first portfolio on the top have made 50% profit in 209 days. The lower portfolio down made as low as 5%. Still a profit, but we never knew that the first portfolio is going to be the best one because the strategy is not made based on news or based on indicators in the market or anything like this. It's mainly numbers, because I believe on something here. No one can tell you for sure what's going to be the next market movement. People can predict, and they might get it right at a point of time. They might also get it wrong. So the strategy is never, ever made on news or on prediction. It's all on numbers. What we know, this market can behave this way, can go up and down, can go 5%, 10% a day up, 10% down, 1%, 2%. So based on these natural movements, the strategy is being made and it's generating profit. So diversification helps you in two ways. Number one is risk management. that should anything goes wrong with one of the portfolios, still you have other maybe 18 portfolios working for you. The second thing is the performance, because you'll never, ever know what's the exact performance going to happen in each portfolio. So the best way to get the best out of the market is to really diversify your funds to as many portfolios as possible. Yes, this is one of the key things here. I'm sure that many of you have been scammed before. Like you get an opportunity, send us your money, we trade for you, you get your return on investment, you see some numbers in the back office. When you want to withdraw, nothing comes in. In a couple of months, the website is down. You cannot contact anyone. So the solution to this is that what we have provided here is an API connection to the portfolio. So you don't have to actually hand over your money to anyone, to a third party, not to us as EazyBot, not to any other company. You keep your portfolio within your own place or your own, let's say, trading portfolio place, and then you connect through APIs and it does the trading for you. We've also provided a kind of a face-to-face Zoom support room, so if anyone needed any support, they can jump into there. So simply, in EazyBot, we are reshaping the future of trading, providing all of these items mentioned here. 24/7 hustle and stress-free tradings, consistent, profitable tradings, and all of the issues that we mentioned at the beginning, his issues that he also shared with us, we have the solution for that with a proven track records. And getting in is as easy as 1, 2, 3. You just, in a few minutes, you can start trading with the EazyBot strategy without having to wait for days and days to learn about trading or to learn about how do you put your fund into trade. So you just follow the step-by-step guide that we have available for you and you get started. Any questions? Was it super clear or no one understood anything? Yes, please.
Thank you very much. It was a really fascinating talk. Some questions. Which trading platform currently you are supporting? So like Binance, eToro?
Yeah, it's Binance, Binance US, KuCoin.
All right. And just kind of like getting back to some basic query. So assume the market is getting down and how would you kind of like protect the investment, and how do you make sure that it's always profitable? It cannot be, right, in reality. So
yeah, I understand. I get it. Yeah, I get it. It's difficult really to. I'm just telling you, like, if you can buy a phone, for example, for $100, then the price of that phone goes down to 50. Then you sell it and you make profit. It's impossible, right?
Right.
So no, it's actually there is a mathematical formula behind this. There is an algorithm that I have designed. If you're interested to know it in details, I'm ready to explain it to you, but it will take a little bit longer time. So you may contact me and we can maybe chat outside after we finish. But I have created a video that shows exactly how the EazyBot strategy works. Right. And we have seen actually some of the portfolios starting at a price. The price drops down to 70%. And then goes up a little bit, and then fluctuates a little bit, and then it closes that trade that was open at the top of the price down at minus 35% and still make profit. Another one closed at minus 40% and still made profit. No magic here, it's all numbers. I mean, if I explain it to you, I'm sure you're going to understand it. It's a trading strategy. So we can talk about it, after this session, and just for the sake of time, because I see 5 minutes.
No problem. The last question, how many users or accounts or like the transactions you're getting, let's say, per month currently?
Interesting. Okay. Right now, let me tell you when we started. We started actually last March this year. And right now we're having around 54,000 members registered with EazyBot. Within 6 months or 7 months, we have closed more than 2.5 million trades for the users. Profitable trades. You can tell me, okay, what's the success rate? 99.9%. Close with profit. With the statistics, we have the numbers for this. More questions?
Thank you. What are the regulations and laws that your app is governed by? Is there anything?
Thank you very much. Yeah, this is a good question. As I mentioned at the beginning, we are a software trading company. So we provide the software. This is one of our products that we provide the software. You as a user is the one responsible for connecting it to your exchange or to your trading portfolio, but we're not taking your amount to trade it for you. So in this case, yes, there are a lot of regulations that we have to adapt to, which is financial, because we're acting like a financial institution. We take people's money, we invest it for them, but this is not the case here. What happens is that you always keep the money 100% of the time in your custody. So you have access to that 100% of the time. Anytime you can take it out whenever you want, and you just connect our software and trade it with your chosen strategy. I know that here we might have some people who have their own trading strategies. They're not forced to use the default. They can use it if they want, but if you are a professional trader, you can put your own settings, connect it, and it trades for you 24/7. Because one of the challenges that traders have is the time. They need to sleep. They need to really go to rest. They need to go to their work if they're working. So it watches the market every second and then opens and closes trades. So the answer to you is, we as a company, we are a software trading company. So we're providing the software to the users. Users are buying it from us, or they're just subscribing as a free members, and they can try it, take a free ride or free try, and then they can upgrade if they want it, if they find it valuable for them.
On a lighter note, 99.9% is just a number, or is it an SLA?
It's real. Actually, to be precise, I think a month back I've checked the statistics. It was 99.97% to be precise.
So is that an SLA that you guarantee, or?
See, there's no guarantee in investment, but I can show you the records. It's already there. We have it. And yeah, be my guest. I'm here in Dubai. If you're in Dubai, you can come to my office. We can have a long discussion, and you can see on your own. I can reveal for you the reports, and you can see. You can try it also on your own and see how it works.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, please.
First, thank you for your session. Actually, you mentioned in the presentation that one of the reasons for lose money is emotional decision makers.
Yes.
So if there's any way or strategy for your bot to beat that in the consumer or your customer, for example, how we can beat this emotional decision maker from a bot using with us?
Yeah, it's very simple. The answer is very simple. It's a software. It never looks at, it doesn't have emotion, right? It's programmed to do a specific actions at a specific market behavior. So whenever that happens, it does this without consulting you. You know, if it has to consult you, then emotions comes into place. But it's actually programmed to work every second in the market. So the human errors that might happen due to maybe tiredness, due to the the lack of concentration in the screen and taking the decision at the right time is taken care of. And also, you as an investor, like when you start trading and you see your portfolio going down, you start panicking, right? You start panicking, exactly. And you'll definitely take the wrong decision by closing the trades with loss, right? Exactly. So it's a software. The answer is it's a software. It doesn't have emotions. It doesn't have to consult you. Now, as I'm speaking to you, it's trading for me. So maybe a couple of trades have opened and closed while we're speaking here.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. Yes, please.
So basically, there are a couple of questions. So the first one is, you've mentioned that you are now trading in 2 markets, I think. And what happens if you want to expand with more markets? Do you believe the strategy that you have now and the algorithm might be needed to be changed or enhanced from your perspective?
Well, when you mention markets,
I meant trading, like mentioned now, Binance and Coin. I
oh,
think.
yeah, okay, got it. Okay, well, definitely, actually, it depends on the type of assets that you're trading. Actually, right now, it's trading only in the Binance and KuCoin, which have specific digital assets that we have access to. And even in those exchanges, we have chosen the top assets that we feel, based on the past, they haven't really gone to zero, or they haven't had a big drop of like 90% or something like this. So this is kind of other protection. And you as a user, you have the freedom to choose which asset do you want to trade. Like there's someone who have just as low as a couple of $100. There are some others who have a couple of hundreds, thousands of dollars. So definitely the bigger the funds, the more assets that you can trade with. But if you're saying that to trade in a completely different type of assets, yes, definitely that requires a different kind of research, and I need to really look at the behavior of that specific market and then design a strategy that works with that specific market. Right now, it works perfectly with those portfolios that we have shown here and with those two exchanges or two markets. But when we want to expand in the future to other kind of assets, it's definitely, and this is something that we're thinking of seriously in the future, but not right now. There's no real action happening on it, but we have it in mind that we might be able to get into other portfolios or other assets. But the challenge here is we need to find a collaboration where we can connect APIs, because the software has to talk to the portfolio to be able to take decisions to buy and sell. So yes, but it's in mind, and we'll have different strategies, definitely.
My second question is, it's more about maybe the Middle East. And now, since the change of currency values between the US dollars and other currency values, how we cater for that in trading environments?
We're not trading Forex.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Yes, please.
Thanks for the presentation first. So I wanted to understand, so let's suppose there are this app's scaled up and there are 20-30 million people are using this app. My question is that how it seems a bit impossible that you are maintaining 99.9% for 30-40 million also, because that's not how market behaves. It's not like everybody's in profit when when trading in the market. So how do you see this with those many people coming into the picture?
Yeah, I totally understand you. But the answer to that is really you need to understand how the algorithm works, how the strategy works. If you understand it, you will know that it's programmed to do this. It's programmed not to close on a losing trade. Yeah, there are some slippages, which is making the 0.03% that fall off. Instead of having 100%, it's 99.97%. But it's programmed like this. I mean, it's programmed to only close not to close on a losing trade, only close on a winning trades. Regardless of the number of the users, whether you have one user or you have 100 million users, it's going to exactly act the same way.
Is it something you give the user that you have to be for X number of days to have that profit or something?
Actually, you have the access to have it free for life. Okay. But you'll have a limited amount of portfolios that you can trade. With the free version, you can trade 2 assets, and the fees per trade are going to be a little bit higher. So that's a kind of a free trial for you. You can try it for a couple of days, couple of weeks, see if it makes sense. Then you can upgrade and expand your portfolio. But yes, there is free version.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. More questions?
Sorry to interrupt you, Omar. We're kind of out of time.
Finished?
Yeah, we're out of time. So if you guys have any more questions, you can definitely grab him during networking sessions and pick his brain.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Omar, for that.